Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Unapologetic with Lorelai. I'm here on my early morning walk. Well, not that early anymore, but the intention was earlier. But it's my morning walk anyhow. And welcome, and I hope you have a great day. I don't know what time you're watching this video, whether it's day or evening, but as long as you're feeling good, that's important. And it's a great feeling here again. I'm to be here on the edge of the forest heathland, where I quite often spend some time. And I will soon flip my screen. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I will soon flip my screen here and show you the area where I am at the moment. And but I wanted to talk with you something about what's happening, especially around the holidays. I think when a lot of families are gathering together, when a lot of friend circles coming together, and how you can feel so unseen, even if you're surrounded by people you care about. They just don't really seem to notice you, and it can be pretty hurtful. And I don't really mean necessarily unseen, but um, unnoticed, really, really unnoticed and unappreciated. That goes with that, because after all, you're a valuable person and you have something to say or something to add, and or even if it's your quiet presence, it's an addition to that might be there to the family or to the people you're around. And it's not just the holidays; it can be anytime, any place, anywhere that you feel unseen and unappreciated. And I wanted to talk with you about how you feel and how that comes and what you can do about that as well, because it doesn't have to stay that way. I mean, you are a valuable person and you should be seen or heard if that's what you want. And yes, there's a lot to say about that. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are feeling that way, feeling unappreciated, because you think, my gosh, I have done quite a few things for those people, and they just don't seem to notice me anymore and don't seem to appreciate me anymore for who I am. And I'm 63 years of age now, and I notice it more and more. And I don't want to be a bitter old lady, but hey, I'm still alive, so please see me and please appreciate me. So if it resonates with you, or you just like to go for the walk with me, I'm going to flip my screen here and show you around and talk more on the topic. I'll see you on the other side of the screen. Right, and as I promised, I'm on the other side of the screen. I didn't just flip my screen, but I also turned myself around because I like to go for a walk heading this way. And it's a nice, very nice, quiet area, this. And I can see also the sky is trying to break open a bit. It was gray and it's some light blue spots are coming through. I love blue skies, but yeah, you can't have it always, of course. And but yes, again, talking about our topic of of feeling unappreciated, because if you ever felt invisible in this room full of people you care for, you might want to listen to this, or you want to walk with me on that, because you might feel this way, it can resonate to you, or you see other people happening to other people. And I believe that feeling appreciated is one of the most common words, common emotions rather, I hear from women. They describe to me, and for a long time I felt it too, and sometimes even still. And not because I necessarily want to have praise, or not because I need the attention as such, but because I believe, I've been caring a lot, and I've been doing a lot and caring a lot as well, and but it seems to be going unnoticed these days, and or well, at that time, and not so much anymore now, because I do let people know I'm there. But it can be very hurtful if you. It can be very lonely. I mean, we all know that you can be very lonely in a room full of people. You don't have to be all by yourself to be lonely. Far from it, actually. I mean, you can be very lonely in a crowd, and even if it's a crowd that you know very well, that's even more hurtful, I guess. So because when you are like me a little bit, I'm always was always the responsible one, of the capable one, or the emotionally grounded one that people believe to be, and yeah, or fixing things. You're the fixer. You always fix things and solve problems for people, and if you've been doing that on a consistency over the years, consistent over the years, I think people get used to it, and I think that's where a lot of these problems come from. That you are becoming unnoticed. People just got used to you, and and then I see that my efforts these days, and or those days, as I said, sometimes these days as well, become the background, and my support to those people, or my my me fixing things or whatever, it becomes a norm for them. And as I said, and during events and everybody's extrovert and you're sitting there with perhaps an introvert, or not even an introvert, but just you're sitting there quietly by yourself, you start to become unnoticed. And you know and slowly then, without anybody meaning any harm to you, you stop being seen. And that's just, that's really feeling, that's a feeling of an appreciation coming through there. Well, in my opinion, it's the ache of being present, and of giving, of supporting, of showing up, and then you still don't stop being recognized, for the for the whole person that you are, because you are a person. You're not just a safety net for people. You are a person. And uh, sometimes people tend to forget that. I think you have to rattle the cage sometimes a little bit to be seen again. Oh, this is nice here. The path is going up, and soon I'll have a beautiful view. See if I can share that with you. I hope you like I hope you can appreciate the nature that I'm showing you here. It's so beautiful and so quiet. I can enjoy this immensely. I don't have to. I'm not always going for here for crisis, or if I need to. I just come here also just to enjoy and to just to soak it up. It's so wonderful. And well, coming back of this kind of unappreciated thing, um, I believe what that feeling of unappreciation for me is really that, you know you have been giving and supporting, and and yeah, as I said, it's not being appreciated. But what helped me, that wasn't a demanding appreciation. I find out that I'm not going to demand it. That's not what I'm going to do. But it was something more quiet that I felt, and much more honest, because I don't want to be loud and to catch attention. But it was very powerful because I went inward and I asked myself, where am I giving without being met? And where am I carrying more than my share? And those things just, they became an internal questions for me. And they started to dawn on me, and I started to think about that. And then I started to add a few more internal questions to myself, and I said, well, where am I staying silent about what I need, and who actually sees me, and who just sees my capacity? Because that's where, that's where true relationships come from. I think true meaningful relations come from. And also it became, when I gave myself some answers on that topic, or to those questions, it became quite clarifying actually, because I learned to give where I felt reciprocated. And I hope I pronounced that well. I heard it. I heard it, but I still don't know if I'm saying it right, because as you probably heard, I'm English is not my mother tongue, and I'm doing my best here to be understood. But I will probably use some wrongful words at the wrong time, and spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. But I hope you forgive me. I'm doing my best here to make some sense, and I hope you understand the gist of what I'm saying here. And to step back when my efforts disappeared. That's what I had to do as well. And I'm not going to explain my kindness anymore, and I'm not going to be over functioning anymore. And I kind of stopped being the invisible backbone for everything or everybody. And I really had to do this. It was sometimes hard for me because it's not my nature to be that kind of strict and well, aware of things. But well, I am quite aware. But on this topic, when it comes people nearer to me, then it's a little bit more difficult for me. I must admit it. So it pulls on a little bit on my heartstring. But you have to do this, I believe. You have to do this. And when you get older, and I don't have grandchildren, I have older children, and they're in their 20s. But I can imagine if you have children and grandchildren, you don't want to just fade away and make up excuses like, oh, yeah, I understand, because they all have their own life and they're all busy. I mean, I just don't believe in that. I really don't believe in that. They always have time. If it's little, if you know how to operate your phone, to do some FaceTiming or to do whatever what, and you can be still visible, and you should be visible for them, because life for them all started with you. If it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be alive. They wouldn't exist. So no, don't tell me and give me excuses that they don't have time and they each have their own life. Not in this day and age where communication is so easy to do. and that forcing people to still connect with you and to see you is a, well, I learned that there's another thing coming to go with that, because people value what they have to participate in. So if they don't longer participate in your life anymore and they don't see you anymore, then they will drift away further and further, and you will be left alone more and more and unappreciated more and more. And come on, that can't be. That's not right, you know, because I believe I learned rather that when you overgive people, people certainly will under notice you, and it's not because they're cruel, but because you, and well, I'm guilty of that as well, very much so. I've taught them that I don't need anything. You probably did too. Oh, I'm okay as long as you take care of yourself, and I'm okay, and you just do your thing, and all that stuff. And I started to when I reduced what I carried, and allowed others to step up. Some did and some didn't, and the ones who didn't revealed something important to me. You know, I mean, feeling appreciated first and foremost. I believe it starts to be with being aligned. Simple as that. It's being aligned with how much you give and how much you allow, and how much of or how and where you place your energy. It all has to do with that, and only then you can still be in the picture and be seen and be noticed and be appreciated. And because I don't believe in asking to be appreciated, I really don't believe in that. But I believe, and that's what I learned, really learned, giving yourself permission to stop giving so much to the places and people that don't see you. You know, you're not appreciated because you lack value. You're unappreciated because you're giving more than what anybody notices, and that's the hurtful part of being appreciated, I guess. So, and that can change. You have to change that. And as I said, don't feel no way, because whether you're in the room with people or whether you're not in the room or they're far away, they're overseas or just on the other side of town, there's always these moments that people can use to show you a little bit of appreciation, show to you that they are thinking about you, and show them that you're still in their lives. And just don't let them fade you, and don't let yourself fade, and just don't allow it, because there's no need to become that unappreciated and that lonely. So I hope these words, they resonate a bit. Well, I don't hope they resonate, but if you're in a situation like that, I do hope they resonate, because of course I hope that they're never going to be unappreciated. And I hope also you appreciate still the piece of nature that I'm showing you here. I hope you enjoy it like I do. And but with that, I would say, don't fade. Make sure you're being appreciated, and always appreciate yourself. Do not fade. Do not shrink, and and stay here, stay there, and make known you're still valuable for everybody, and also to yourself. So, well, with these wise lessons, once again, I'm not a guru, I'm not a motivational speaker, but I'm just somebody who's like you, going through things, have gone through things in life, and probably will go through more things. And it's just great to share my insights and experiences, and I hope you appreciate it. If you want, you can also subscribe to my channel. And you can give a thumbs up for this video, or if you're not into that at all, don't, because you can do whatever you like. And you can also leave a comment, give a little bit of your insight on this topic. Whatever you do, I hope to see you in my next video. So take care of your loved ones, and I see you next time. Bye.